Alright, here we are with the second video of kind of this Bioshock little stream. Um, First off, I'd like to also say that I actually might be doing a radio show, which is kind of cool. It's not like a really big thing, but it goes out around, the city at least. It's kind of interesting. I did a guest thing, and they kind of want me to come back. But I think this review stuff's going to help me a little bit. But yeah, anyways, on to Bioshock Infinite. First thoughts. So yeah, I didn't hear about this until I heard about it later than a lot of people. But I think the biggest thing I saw when it came to Bioshock Infinite was a Game Informer magazine I got because I get them in the mail, and that's all it was about, and it's an awesome cover and whatnot. But yeah, so they're thinking about making another Bioshock, called Bioshock Infinite, and it's going to be taking place in 1912. They said it's not a direct sequel / prequel to Bioshock 1 and 2, and they didn't comment on saying if it's going to be in the same universe as the first two Bioshocks. And it's not taking place in Rapture. It's taking place in a city called Columbia, which is actually in the sky instead. It's actually really brilliant. It's actually awesome. And today I actually watched all the trailers, and it blew my mind the same way that the first Bioshock did. It has the same kind of factor in that. And it's very interesting. You can obviously tell it's a Bioshock game, even though it looks completely different than the rest. Just when it comes to some of the characters, some of the things you do, stuff like that. And even though, like I said, even though it's a lot brighter than the other Bioshocks, it's actually very, very interesting, because it has that feel of Bioshock in a different universe. And the one complaint I have so far is I really hope that it is in the same universe as Bioshock 1 and 2, because there still are some mysteries that haven't been solved or that haven't been answered, that they could answer in Bioshock Infinite. I don't want a big thing there. I don't want to really have them showing, a ton of stuff about it and have it really connecting to the other two Bioshocks, but I'd like to have some hints of maybe some ideas that maybe Andrew Ryan got to make Rapture, some stuff like that. But it has the same thing. It has a thing called plasmids. It's not called plasmids. I don't really remember what it's called. But the best thing to do, in my opinion, is get on YouTube, and I'll put a link in the description of. It's like a 10-minute long gameplay. Series of gameplay. The game isn't set to be released until 2012, but I think it'll be a good wait because it already looks awesome, even though they have a while still. But yeah, it looks awesome. You are a character, Booker DeWitt, I think his name is, and you're searching for a young girl named Elizabeth, and she's been locked up in a tower, kind of like a fairy tale type thing, and there's this huge beast that's guarding her, and the thing protecting her is kind of like a big mixture of a giant crow and a Big Daddy. It looks a lot like a Bioshock Big Daddy, but it's different, obviously. But yeah, it's really just interesting to see some of the stuff that they're doing with this series. This is a very good idea because it's good to start over, because we've seen almost everything that you could see in Bioshock 1 and 2 from Rapture, and I'm glad they're changing it, because they're saying Bioshock isn't just Bioshock because it's in the water. They're saying it's more of a whisking you off into different idealist areas of people and getting really just immersed into the whole thing. And it's awesome. It has that 1912 feel perfectly. And it's actually very I think my idea I think what they're trying to why they made Columbia in the sky is because there's a poster at the beginning of the 10-minute gameplay video, and it's of George Washington, and it says, "For God and country, it is our holy duty to guard against the foreigners." And it's actually foreign hordes. Now that I can see it better, but it's very like racist at this time. Yet I think that's the kind of idea they're having with this. Is Columbia is for the same as where Rapture was for people who didn't want to be having a censor, for people that didn't want to, that wanted to be free with their science. This is for people who had that idea, and it's very interesting, and the gameplay looks awesome. There's a new thing where you're getting actually kind of on like train tracks across the city. Not really though; they're like in the sky, and you hook a hook to it. And I don't know what it really is, but I think it's your way of travel, which is really interesting. The guns are very realistic for the time period. The thing I can't remember what it's called, and it's frustrating me. But the things that are going to be plasmids are actually drunk instead of, used into the arm. And it looks like it's a little more. I could see it connecting because I could see maybe Andrew Ryan getting his plasmids idea from this elixir, and there must be something maybe failed about it. But there's some different ones like deadly crows or something where you shoot crows out of your hand, and they're kind of like the bees from the first two games, and you got telekinesis. They showed lightning strike. But then you can also see that Elizabeth has those powers, and she can actually amplify them and make them much better from her. But it comes at a cost for her. She's actually more powerful with them, but she gets very weak after that, which is very interesting. Actually, there's a really cool gameplay shot where she actually makes the weather change, and then you shoot your lightning, and it takes out a bunch of people. But it's very cool. There's a lot of things I'm seeing that are in-game that I've never seen in a video game before. It feels like it's all one movie. It feels like you're not controlling the character, but you are. It looks very interesting and very different. I'm very excited for this. It's a long wait, but I think it'll be interesting. But yeah, link will be in the description for this. I highly recommend you check it out. But yeah.